I hope you had a great weekend of worship and fellowship. I preached in a church a few miles away and we had a good time. It's a church in a very challenging situation. But anyway, we are ready to get to work, aren't we? The sermon text preferences, while it says in the blackboard to do something, please mail those to me directly, and that is the simplest way for me to be able to work with you on that. I want at least 2 passages stated. That way we can be certain that we have students in different text and not everybody in one, and so that's where we're headed on that. Our reading for this week is Pennington chapters 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and then on Matthewson's book, Preaching the Four Gospels with Confidence. Both are excellent books, and both become the foundation for work that you're going to do for the rest of the week. Specifically, the discussion board and the assignment of a response to somebody who says you shouldn't preach the Gospels. That's assignment 1-2. Also, introduce yourself. As you noted in one of my announcements, I encourage you to tell us a little bit about yourself and your church and your ministry, your family. You can use my pattern there in the discussion board to follow that, or the announcement. If there are some things that you would like for me to know, but not necessarily everybody else in the class, you can email that to me also personally. So I think that's the overview for the week. Discussion boards, I like to give everybody an 18, and it begins by saying you meet the 300-word minimum in your initial post. You post on at least 2 other people's posts. You post your post by Friday night. You respond to 2 others by Monday night. But I find that in this class, generally, those are not very difficult for you to achieve that goal. The other thing I want to just give you a little overview of where we're headed so that you know what's up. The principle I want you to follow, number 1, it's a matter of integrity, but I want you to commit to not listening to somebody else preach the text that you're preaching before you prepare it. You are circumventing the Spirit of God working in your life, and it hinders your passion to preach what God has taught you. So that's a crucial issue to me. Week 2, we will read the Gospel of Luke in one setting and have an assignment about that. Week 2, you will do your exegesis according to the format that's outlined in week 3. In week 4, you will turn in your sermon outline, and I'll give you feedback on that. And then in week 5, you'll submit your manuscript, and I will give you feedback on that. And then in week 6, you preach your sermon, and I will give you feedback on that. In week 7, you will post your sermon video in the discussion board, and then you will evaluate 2 other sermons. So that's a quick overview of those, and you can read the details. The discussion board for this week is an interesting one. It sounds like a preacher wrote it. Too many words. Discuss 1 or 2 adjustments you plan to make in your preaching in the Gospels as a result of reading and reflecting on Matthewson's 6 theses about the length of a sermon series and preaching units, chapter 1 of Preaching the Four Gospels. Why will these adjustments be a challenge for you? What positive outcomes on your listeners do you expect from these adjustments? Well, it's a good discussion, but it's covering the whole football field, and you will have some challenges to keep it focused. Hey, God bless you in this week. I am really looking forward to studying the Gospel of Luke with you, and there are some wonderful lessons that we're going to learn together as we seek the Lord's favor in studying His Word. God bless you.